Hey guys, good morning. It's the 23rd of March, so I'm just going to do the collective reading for April. Alright, so this is for the collective, for everybody, and your other ones, your individual personal scopes are going to be coming up over this next week, just as we're moving into April. Alright, so I'm going to use the Morgan Greer deck today. It's a good deck, it's very colourful. It's an old deck, but one that I'm very fond of, so we're going to do that one today. It's good for you visually again, so I'm trying to work with decks that are going to work for you, and let's see what's cooking. Okay, just going to do a little quick. There we go. Okay, right guys. 16 off the top, I think. Definitely. Yeah, Queen of Swords. She's very mental energy. Again, we've got this feeling of, we're going to live to fight another day with this energy, I think. And we need to do that by being pensive, really going into the self, trusting the intuition. And intuition, right, is exactly what it says. Intuition is the tuition that comes from within. So at the end of the day, we're connected to the cosmos and we need to listen to it, guys. So trusting the gut here. Yeah, manifestation. And at the end of the day, reflection. Okay, so whether or not this is you walking through another gate, okay, as far as your life's concerned, standing firm, thinking carefully about things. Where do we go from here? The Hermit allows us that, it's a Virgo energy, allows us to go inside and trust the intuition, alright, to manifest these new beginnings. And we are ultimately, again, I've got this energy of where we could be building on something that we've already done or experienced. Now, it doesn't mean to say that we're going to be going back with the old lover or going back into the old job or anything like that. What it talks about for me is that everything that we've learned, right, and understood, particularly with these energies that we've got in the sky at the moment, with the nodal axes, so we've got that. Let's not forget about that, guys. I mean, it's there for a long time now. They usually skip about every 18 months, so we've probably done half of that, maybe a bit more. So we've got a little bit of way to go, and we've got that Gemini energy, which is, what we've, learned, what we hear, how we communicate, all of those things, and how we've done that in the past, right, with this sixth energy. And, what we've learned from it, Sagittarius, the polarity to that. Now, because the Sagittarius node is in the south, so it's south node energy, again, it's what we've understood, what we've learned, and how do we now communicate that and transmute it with this Pluto energy. How we're going to transmute it. And ironically, I'm looking at the London chart today, and we have got Pluto in Capricorn in the 6th house today, so it's making a bit of an opposition to the moon today as well, but it's not going to be doing that for much longer. So again, that moon being in the 12th, so we might want to escape, we might not want to face up to things, alright, but ultimately we're moving forward. Wow, again, this King of Swords energy. And again, this is very, very interesting because it's taken me down avenues where we do talk about choices, all right? We look at this and I'm thinking, are we making these decisions, this mental energy of the King of Swords, are we making these decisions purely for a monetary thing? And obviously, yeah, there is necessity. I spoke about this, I talked to you about it. Necessity is the mother of invention. but at the end of the day, we have to look at what's good for us as well. We have to look deeply at what's good, so that what it is that we're going to kickstart or reorganise and begin to manifest again, we need to look at why, the reasons behind that. All right, interesting. Is this manifestation, or is this kickstart, if it's a lover, if it's going back into a job, whatever this is about, it does talk about where there has been limitation, okay? Will going back into something, going back towards something, is it going to allow for true freedom, right? Infinite ability to go forward and create something, or is it going to keep us limited again? Okay, so that's important. When I look at these images as well, this can talk to me about doctors, lawyer, Wawa chief. It is advisory, but quite authoritative. Okay, it's obviously it's a mental energy, it's air. So yeah, if we need some help, or if we need some guidance, or if we need to make our own magic here, right, we need to think carefully about it and look beyond the comforts, if you like. Okay, again, we've got Taurus energy with this, we've got Capricorn, so we need to look at what it is that's going to make us comfortable, going to make us ultimately happy. All right, and we all know that money does not do that. All right, it gives us choices, people, but it doesn't make us truly happy. Okay, again, this is good. I see things in their infancy with pages, right? Again, it's about, we could do something here, we could kickstart something, it could be fruitful, okay? It could definitely be fruitful, but, okay, we need to look beyond the garden wall, guys. We need to look beyond the orgasm, if you like. We need to look beyond that to really acknowledge what we want. Balance, temperance is required, okay, with this energy. And again, this, if we're not quite sure, then don't do it. Again, that old Yorkshire saying, if in doubt, do nout at the moment, all right? But this is definitely taking me down. Again, I've got this energy of rod and thinking carefully about it. And because we've got this Uranian Saturn square going on, guys, and this hits us, we got a direct hit from this about mid-February. All right, so any news or anything that was going on then, if you think about that, about the 17th, something like that. And then we've got another one coming up around the same time in June, so it could be about 15th, 16th of June, depending on where you are. And then the final square is going to come in December, and that's going to be around Christmas time or the Boxing Day, that period of time. But either way, obviously we're feeling the energy of these squares, but always recognise we can push squares away if we want to. So this whole spread, again, this Queen of Cup energy, it's like, look, we don't have to go backwards to go forwards, but we can build on what we've learned and understood from that relationship, from that job, from that conditioning, whatever reality we've been working with, we can actually break from that. Now, sometimes it's uncomfortable when we get square aspects. Square aspects are slightly easier to negotiate than oppositions, but then again, that does depend on, you know, who you've got in the corner as far as oppositions are concerned, you know, who, you know, which fighters are in the ring. Okay, so oppositions can be a little bit trickier, but certainly the squares we can negotiate, guys. We can actually negotiate squares. So we've got this feeling of being able to recreate, be able to revisit, reassess things again. All right, you know, we are fortunate at the moment because we haven't actually got anything retrograde. No, the node's obviously retrograde today. I've got Vesta retrograde. Now, Vesta is interesting, although I don't go too much into the asteroids too much. But Vesta, you know, the keeper of the hearth, you know, the home. Vesta, a little bit of a bit of an old spinster in a way. She was one of the goddesses that, you know, tradition. You know, that was important, and we've got her in the second house, and the second house is of course money. It's about survival, guys. It's about, you know, it's Venus ruled as well, so it can be about love. So at the end of the day, do we need to look at breaking from tradition with Vesta in that second house? To a degree, you know, and she is in Virgo as well. So again, it's like, you know, do I want to continue in this work? Do I still want to be doing the fire? Do I want this traditional role? Do I want this being alone as well? The keeper of the flame, you know, keeping the home fires burning. You know, do I want to carry on keeping, you know, this energy that I've worked with for all these years, or do I need to now let that go? Do I need to look at my relationships differently? Do I need to just trying to get that out a little bit for you guys? Do I need to sort of move on? Excuse me, I've just lost my mic, guys, and I'm not going to start this again, so I'm hoping it's going to be okay. It looks like it. So, I'm not sure I've helped you with that, but I'm just going to pop the last 4 in here now. Yeah, again, holding back, guys. So again, I've got this feeling of, you know, needing to hold back, still making decisions this kind of way as to whether or not we want to kickstart or let something die off, die away, and then begin it again. All right, so this is this scorpionic energy here. All right, we do want just dues, and where we haven't been receiving them, again, I come back to whether or not it's work, whether or not you're thinking I'm going to go off on my own, whether or not it's about I don't want this relationship anymore. Whatever this is about, you know, whatever it's about, at the end of the day, it is going to get sorted, believe me. And as we're moving through these sort of square aspects this year, there's absolutely no doubt that it will get sorted. So the very last one, brilliant. Okay, there is celebration to be had. I like this. I don't do numerology, but you know, I do listen a lot to other people, and if I think it's valid, then I'll introduce it. And this energy of the 4 staves, again, it does talk about happiness. There is an opportunity. You know, we can rebuild, we can make good. All right, so that's interesting. So again, I've got this, you know, this may be a relationship breakdown here, guys, so we're moving away from it. We recognise that if we reduce limitation, if we step away and we allow ourselves, right, to go inside, you know, recognise our own potential, have the ability, yeah, to look back and reflect and think, oh, do you know, it was great, you know, those times were good, you know, that was a good time. But if you're feeling that it's not, you know, and you just think, I've come to the end of the road here, I can't do it anymore, I'm really at the end of the road, then done. It's as simple as that. There is a way. Where there is will, there is a way. And at the end of the day, when I look at the will energy, which is a Mars energy, we of course have got Mars in Gemini, all right, and we have Mars in Gemini in the 11th house today, all right, so on the London chart. So, you know, the ability to think outside the box, Gemini, Aquarius, if we need to use some tech to do what we want. The Mars energy as well is in Gemini. We need a seduction of the mind, all right, Mars being a very physical energy, and Gemini, we need a seduction of the mind. We need someone to be with us on that level. And if you feel that you've grown away from that within relationships or something like that, guys, then again, this is very much about ending, really, and putting it right. So if we've grown out the job, if we've got a new job, then we're walking through that door, then that's grand. You know, wherever we have not received our karmic, if you like, dues, right, then this is the time to do it. And if you also, I mean, if you're really into the astrological side of things, because I know you guys like the cards, but you know, at the end of the day, this is also a time where we're burning off a lot of old karma. All right, you know, Saturn, the Lord of Karma. If you check out the blog on the website, you know, you'll read that. But Saturn, the Lord of Karma, right? And I think in that blog I say, you know, Saturn, the mythology behind Saturn, Kronos, he ate his own children, you know, and we can eat ourselves inside out if we're in a bad situation. So what we have to do is we have to break from it, right? If it's not serving us, then we truly have to break from it. Okay, right, just going to do the last three, guys, for verification here. But yeah, standing in your own power, thinking about what we really need to do with the Hermit energy. Again, we have the Magician energy in here, so there's bags of potential, leaving behind old sort of concepts, bringing into play new ideas, acknowledging that what did limit us, we don't want that anymore. Okay, so again, this energy of using Aquarius, right, using the Uranian energy in Taurus, and this is in the 10th house today on the London chart. So again, I've got this 10th house energy. It's career, it's your social standing, it's the role that you've been playing for all these years within the relationships or the work relationships or the friendships or the family even, all right? So it's breaking away from that and not feeling that you can't do it. And we've got Saturn in Aquarius in the 7th house, guys. So this is the house of others as well, but it's also Libra. It talks about balance. It's Venus ruled. And because we've got Uranus in Taurus, guys, again, Venus, then, you know, how can we transform this work that we've been doing, whether or not it's been with a lover, with your children, it doesn't matter. It's time for transformation, all right? And it doesn't matter what other people may think about you when you make these changes. All right, it doesn't matter, okay? I always say it's all part of their journey too. So your journey is their journey, okay? And that's the way I see it. Right, guys, I'm just going to do this last three and we'll go from there. I'm going to work with my Druid decks. I absolutely love them, as you know, so let's have a look. Okay, just move this. Wow. I'm going to organise the camera a little bit better for the next, for the 12 signs, I think, guys. So, again, let's just do a quick check. Alright, there's back. Okay. And 3 at the top. Wow. Fabulous. Again, we have this Ace of Cups, which again is about new beginnings, and it's about, look at this, I mean the imagery on the card is absolutely beautiful. So we can see the daylight coming here, we see how fertile this energy is, this new idea, you know, it's there. We see success. Water is about emotion, of course. Water cracks rock eventually, wears it down, and it does crack it. And you know, that's what I want to say, you know, by doing what we need to do, facing up to the facts, understanding that what we've learned from the relationship, the job, the situation is no longer serving us, so we need to move from it. Wow. And again, we have this Four of Pentacle energy. All right, so we've got a double on here. And again, this is talking to me about, sort of locking things away, all right, not being as generous with ourselves, possibly, our money, our time, our energy, not being as generous, acknowledging that things need to transform and not feeling guilty about it, because we have got, Saturn is guilt, guys, and we have got, and of course Saturn rules Capricorn, and we've got Pluto in the 6th house in Capricorn today. So, don't be afraid, Virgo. Don't be, say what you need to say. Just say it. Mean it, say it, and no guilt about it. Okay, and the last card, wow, the Lovers. Okay, so hey guys, whether or not this is arrangements, all right, contracts, or whether or not this is indeed a love affair, a marriage, whatever's going on here, things need to change, all right, and you're going to be doing that as you move through April and beyond. Things have to change, they have to transform, they have to, if you like, mutate, and that's that Pluto energy. It's about transmutation, if you like. It's about shape shifting. So things have to be different, and there's loads of potential around that. All right, we've got the Magician here up at the top, guys, and at the end of the day, it's just using everything that you've got, looking at it, looking at your life experience, looking at everything that we've acquired, looking at the emotional ups and downs, looking at the work, looking deep mentally at what it is that works for us, all right, the emotional body, guys, all right, as well as everything else. So there you have it. And don't forget to check into the YouTube channel. I will be posting, obviously, on a lot of the platforms as the horoscopes are coming out for April. All right, so take it easy, guys, and thanks for listening. Bye now.